Hello everyone, this is Joanna. Thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who are new, thank you so much. I hope what you find what you like here. And let me just start off by saying these are late, so thank you for waiting. I don't know about you, but this whole freaking retrograde has played a number on me in a way that just the whole month of March was like blah. That's why these are late. Energetically, I didn't feel it. Some of it I had to start all over again. So if you have been feeling things coming from the past, and if you have been feeling kind of pulled all over the place, I have been feeling it too. And if you guys want to comment on what that might be, as far as energetically speaking, by all means, please do that, because I will be interested to know. But what I will say, the month of April, I feels very fresh to me. For many of you, it's about bursting out of your bubbles. And I've said this several times to several signs. So month of March has been, month of April seems much more complete. Now, it doesn't mean that every one of you will feel that, but the energy certainly makes me feel that we are all moving to brighter and better beginnings, is what I want to say. So that's what I want to say about the energies. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing. For those of you who have sessions with me, thank you so much. And for those of you who want a session with me, that information is down below. Listen to your other signs, your moon sign and your sun sign and your rising sign, because they will offer more information often, and some of them may be even more accurate for you than your sun sign. And I think that's all I have. I don't like long intros. Oh yes, one more thing, sorry. I have a new deck of cards, Spirit Animal. Kelly Jean, I think, uses them. I love her. And I just wanted to order these. I weathered them for quite some time, so I use them in most of the readings here. See if you like them. And I got them on Amazon. Anyway, I think that's all I have. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Hello, beautiful Scorpios. This is going to be a reading for the month of April 2018. I don't know about you, but this retrograde has been playing quite of a trick on me. So these recordings have been affected in the timeline that they come out. So thank you for waiting. Let me tune into some of the information that I gathered for you. Numbers around you are 0, which is the Fool, which is marked by a new beginning, and the number 2, which is about choices and decisions. I don't feel this is necessarily right now in the month of April, but I feel it is upcoming as soon as the month of May. And then I want to go to August. So I want to say this, you may get glimpses of this in the month of April. There might be an offer that may be coming up to you. An invitation is what I saw, to join a group, an idea, to join a movement. But there was definitely an offer being made to you on some level, whether it's an opportunity financially speaking, whether it is a place to move, whether it is a certain set of conditions, whether it's an invitation to a relationship, whatever it is, there was an offer. There's an offer being made to you. And then I hear the word invitation. I also saw that you were trying to, what are you trying to do? Maneuver. You're trying to memorize something. I saw you sitting down and working really hard in your mind, and you have all of your cards are swords. It's all thoughts and ideas. But I saw you memorizing something really, really hard. So whether it was because you were studying and there's going to be exam and you're going to be tested on, whether it's something that you are trying to accomplish and you're trying to be really, really firm in what it is that you're trying to do. I saw you were gathering information, and that information was going to be presented later. You were trying to figure something out and put something together, make something cohesive or coherent in order to present it later, whether to a person, to the world, to a set of circumstances, of whatever that is. There was a lot of activity, brain activity, that was happening when I saw you. I also saw, and this is something different, headgear. So headgear is for extreme sports and extreme conditions. I don't know how that applies to you. For some of you, it might be a warning to take headgear if you're going to extreme conditions. And for some of you, it represents, the helmet to me represents being mentally blocked. So you may feel that you feel blocked at times, or you have been feeling stuck or blocked in your ideas and your mind. And that actually makes sense because I can see now the cards kind of speak to this. And then I saw some of you running a race. The race was, well, it could be a bike race, or it could be a race within yourself, or it could be a race regarding a timeline, like you're racing to get something or somewhere. But there was a lot of leisure energy around it. There was more pleasure around it than necessity to do something. So whatever this race is, it's not like rat race. It's how can I explain this? It's a race that you're choosing to do for your own advancement. Let's put it that way, and see if that makes sense to some of you. Now, the number 2 was also shown to me, which is all about choices and decisions. And often it's about juggling things. So let's start off with the card. The card that represents the overall energy or theme that your spirit is working on is brilliant, because it's abundance. You've got the Nine of Pentacles. So this is about material harvest. It's about abundance. It is about having enough. It is about having more than enough. And it is about accepting gifts that have been coming to you, but you haven't seen the manifestation of it yet up until now. So for some of you are getting ready to receive. This person is in a receiving position. And what's interesting here is that I kept seeing somebody giving you an offer or presenting an offer. So in order for the offer to go somewhere, it has to be presented and then accepted. So you are here accepting something that's coming to you. I'm being drawn to this yellow circle around you. What this is signifying to me, that it's either a project, it's either a passion, a creative endeavor that you have put forth at some point long time ago, and it's now starting to pay off. I also hear the word writing. So this could be something connected to writing, could be something connected to, obviously, it could be connected to anything. Finance is anything. Point is that you are working on receiving, and receiving that which is long overdue and that which is coming to you, but hasn't been there. I feel like you're getting ready to be paid, whether emotionally, financially, physically, mentally. You're getting ready to have, and that's a good thing. Then I looked at other cards, and you've got a lot of people, and you've got all of your cards except one is all about the mind. So your mind is racing. When I asked what you need to leave behind, or what you are leaving behind, you've got 2 cards. You've got Knight of Swords in reverse, and you have King of Swords in reverse. So let me just close my email. These cards to me signify an aspect of you, and it is a mental aspect of you. And the other message is these are things connected to people. So what I'm feeling first and foremost, that many of you are getting ready to release some mental havoc that your thoughts have been playing on you. In other words, you have the Ace of Swords. You are on the road of getting crystal clear clarity. You are leaving behind stagnating thoughts. You are leaving behind lack of ideas, lack of intellectual movement, lack of ideas and thoughts. This King of Swords to me signifies an aspect of you as well. And in this case, I feel it's to do with rigidity. So the way you think, and you think about yourself, the way you think, that creates rigidity or creates stuckness is what I want to say. This can also mean for some of you that you are leaving someone who has these qualities, and this is Typically, this is a male, not always. It is a king, so it could also be a queen. So this is someone who represents an older person who has tendencies towards being mentally I want to say mentally corrupted. That's a weird way of saying it. That's not what I mean. Mentally, in other words, they're using their thoughts and their mind in not very healthy ways. They could be mentally controlling. They could be very prickly with their words. So this is an aspect of you or someone who is like that. Why are you leaving this behind? Well, because you are about to have crystal clear clarity. So this is the Ace of Swords. This is about abundant thinking is what I want to have. It is also what I'm feeling, the first step to manifestation. So each thought creates your reality, and whatever you think about often enough, which was propelled by your emotions, you will eventually bring this about into your circumstance in a physical way. So in other words, if you feel abundantly, eventually you will attract abundance to you in various forms. But this is showing me that there is a shift in your thinking. So you may come from a place where your ideas about the world were coming from a place of lack or constricted thinking, or ideas that were very narrow or rigid thinking. And that can be because you were raised that way or because of the experiences that you've had. Point is, there seems to be a tremendous shift in the way you think, which will change the way you feel. What I'm getting here is that a lot of you are going through an awareness expansion or expansion of your awareness. And as a result, your choices and ideas about life in general will alter drastically, which will help you redefine your future going forward. So it feels like you're going through a massive internal shift. Now, in order for you to experience abundance, which is what you will be receiving, you need to get away from rigid thoughts. And that's what you're doing, because you're getting brand new ideas, brand new awareness. So I almost want to say, expect to feel differently in the next few months. The vision that I'm being given, it's almost like a layer is pulled from your eyes and you didn't even realize you had a layer until now that it's gone. You see so much more clearly. It is, I don't know where it's coming from. It's a gradual process, but there is definitely shift in the way you think and believe about the world, which is rooted in you. The other cards, I said, what is it that they need to get? What is it that they need to focus on? And you got the Queen of Cups. So what this is representing me is this is a state of mind or a state of an emotional abundance. This is someone who is emotionally very balanced. This is a very nurturing aspect, female or male, makes no difference. But what you're needing to focus on is you're needing to focus on emotional stability and emotional abundance. Why? Because this is where you are going to let go of the Ten of Swords that has been binding you. So Ten of Swords in any position is, not a great card, but actually it is good because it's the number 10, which signifies you are about to end a very specific way you look at things, for the purpose of changing your life. And our life is dependent on how we think and feel. I think that's pretty straightforward. So what they're saying here is focus on your emotional abundance, which will help you deal with the mental clutter. And for some of you, I feel you do come from a place of lack, whether it is because you didn't receive enough when you were growing up, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, physically, whether it's because whatever reason. Point is that many of you are moving away from that mental clutter and mental stagnation. And yes, some of you are moving away from people who exhibit these aspects, personalities. Sorry, aspect of personalities. Now, I pulled the animal card for you, and you got the fish. And it's very interesting because the fish is all about getting lost. So this is a message of making sure that if you feel like you're drifting for too long will make you feel like you have no destination. So it feels like some of you have been drifting, whether it's because you didn't know what to do, what direction to take, which way to move, how to structure certain things. So you kind of got lost in this, I want to say, non-movement phase. I feel again that that's about to change. And this is because you will be gaining much more clarity than you have had before for quite some time. May comes up. May and June comes up with this. So I feel like in April, you're being prepared to shift your perspectives in order to have emotional balance so that you can finally receive the very things that you are looking for. Because coming from a place of internal balance always offers more opportunities to attract more balance into our life. So then I said, okay, what are the focus points? Brilliant. You've got the Imagine card in protection. And what this is basically saying here is use your thoughts in a way that inspires you. In other words, if you use your thoughts in terms of negative and coming from lack, well, you will be stuck in a rut like you have been before. And again, a lot of it has to do with emotional abandonment, lack of emotional abundance. So this is about making sure that you use your creativity in a way that inspires you. So in other words, the principle of attraction, what you think about, what you feel will eventually be attracted to you given enough time and consideration. The other part of the message is you will be getting messages. Spirit is calling out to you. And some of you hear this, some of you don't. What I want to say here is don't be surprised if somebody comes up to you and all of a sudden tells you something you need to hear and you've been waiting for it for a long time. So that's an example of a message from Spirit. You may be reading something or flipping through a book and all of a sudden you read something and you go, oh my God, that's exactly what I was looking for. Point is, there will be messages that will be, he says, they're saying your wishes will be granted because many of us are asking for help all the time. And Spirit is working towards making sure that happens, but you also need to be receptive. Now, remember, you are about receiving. So trust in your intuition, trust in your inner guidance, and know that the end is almost near. So I feel like many of you are going through a transition, and you've been going through a transition for a long, long time. I want to remind myself here that one of the numbers that's very close, very around you is the number 0, which is the Fool, which is a brand new energy that isn't molded in any direction. And it's not molded because there's no direction. Well, you are getting direction. You will be feeling direction. You will be feeling much more clarity. So with brand new awareness, with brand new clarity and ideas, having the Fool energy around you is phenomenal because it allows you to start the creation process of something new. And the number 2 is about changes and choices and decisions. So it's all about you, helping you moving forward. I want to say that for some of you, it has been a rocky road for quite some time. It may even feel like it was never ending. But for many of you, I feel like you are approaching an end of an era. One you have been trying to get away from for a very, very long time. June comes up again. So there's something about the month of June. Maybe some of you will get this crystal clarity in June, and for some of you it's going to be May. But April certainly feels like a preparatory month for that to happen. I hope this makes sense to you. It makes 0 sense to me. The retrograde has been definitely very interesting when it comes to communication. So check this at the end of the month if it makes no sense to you at the beginning. And of course, you can apply this to any situation That's why the message is not so specific. It's just, it covers a lot of people. So this energy will connect with you very differently depending on what your circumstances are. Of course, if you would like a private session, that information is down below for you. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for sharing, and for subscribing. I wish you best month of April. Take care of yourself. Listen to your intuition, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.